Hey friends, welcome to my page DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. We're gonna try something. I'm not gonna guarantee it's gonna work. We'll see. All right, so I should have tried it last night, honestly. So we have our sunflowers with our mason jar, and I made a little cutout. I actually made it as a stander first, and then I'm like, I really think it would look cute on a sign. So we're gonna do it on the sign, but I'm struggling with, do I paint the background? Do I just kind of do it like a neutral color? I'm going to do it see-through so that the jar looks like there's water in there. So I do need to do that. I'll trace around that. I am going to kind of beef up that inside part of the jar because it's really thin and I think it'll be way too fragile. Tara's probably going to go, what were you thinking? Because it's really thin. Actually, the bottom layer already, the top of it broke, but not a problem because I'm just going to glue it together. The sunflowers, they're fine. They don't need changed, but I think that I need to thicken up the inside part of the jar. So yours won't be exactly like this. It'll be a little bit wider so that it travels well. All right, guys, how are you doing? And I need some help on what color I'm always paint my edge. I'm not sure what color I should paint my edge. If I should do it like a country blue. Like, I'm even thinking maybe that I do it with my colonial blue. I'm not sure. I'm going to be mixing colors to get the right colors for this, to get the jar color. Maybe I do it the grayish color. I don't know. Maybe this one needs to stay brown. I usually don't, but maybe this one needs to stay that way. We'll take a look at it at the end and see. How is everybody? Happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a fantastic week. Mine is going by so quickly already. Whew. I don't even know. We got the new tube installed on the laser last night on the one that I primarily work on, because it was like, you have to put new laser tubes in them as the CO2 gets less and less and less in there after you use it a lot. Your time that it takes to cut and engrave lengthens. And so it was time. It was definitely time. And it was under warranty too. So we go through quite a few tubes, unfortunately. Wish it wasn't that way. Wish they lasted a little bit longer. But for us, we're just engraving and cutting so much. So anyways, I am hoping this turns out the way that I envisioned it. I am going to trace around that. I probably should grab a pencil. Guys, let me put you down the project, and I'm going to run in the other room and grab a pencil, because I think a pencil would be a better choice to trace around that so it doesn't show as badly, maybe. Okay, so this is one of the drop-in frames. I'll be taking this out after I trace it. I think this is where I want everything. I think that I kind of wanted to center the sunflowers, even though the jar is not going to be centered. You kind of have to do it so that it will all fit in here. I think that positioning looks good. Okay, let me go and grab, and I stood up and I didn't change my thing. There you go. Hello. Got to push the button, Sterling. Okay, so let me go and grab a pencil really quickly, and I'll be right back. Go ahead and say hello so I know you're out there watching, and we're going to start this project real soon. Okay, I'm back. I did not post this yet, okay? I wanted to make sure that this actually worked. So I did not post this, and I will be just kind of making this a little bit thicker, because as you can see, it is pretty fragile. The flowers look okay, but the jar itself is a little fragile to ship. So let me go ahead and share this to VIP group, and then we'll get started. I think this is going to be really fun. I think it's going to turn out. I'm looking at this. There's a lot that's chalked on here. So we are going to paint behind it, but there's a lot that's going to be chalked. I think I do want to make my color too. A lot of times I'll mix and I'll do like, I don't want to just do straight sunflower. I don't know that I want to do so much bumblebee. Maybe I want to make it a different color. Maybe I want to make it more of a color that matches this, but maybe not. I don't know. I actually, honestly, I'm not sure. I might end up doing this twice because I am looking at it going, I'm not sure what I want to do, but we're going to make it look good. So should I paint the background or should I just leave it white? I'm looking at it going, I don't know if I'm going to like it white. And if I paint the background color, what color should I paint the background? Should I just do it like light buttermilk and do some lines in it? This part here, I'm going to do it like it's the water. I could have cheated, but like I was making it into a stander. So I could have had the back part like this, like another layer, but then my sunflowers would be up another layer. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to paint it on there. But I do have it as a stander too. So I changed my mind midway and I'm like, oh, let's just put it on a sign. Okay, so I might need some help from you guys. I might start. Oops, sorry. I'm tapping on that. Good morning, Carrie. How are you? Hi, Laura. Hi, Betty. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Pam. Hi, Sarah. Good morning, Bridget. Hi, Doris. Hi, Janine. Good morning, Tony. Hi, Deb. Laura, I love this transfer too. I hope that it turns out. I did get the those we love posted over in the VIP group. I got a kit posted over there with the cutouts and the transfer. I have 20 of those transfers, so make sure you grab it if you need that. The transfer is out of stock right now. They're saying it's gonna restock. I just don't know when. Hi Carol, how are you? Hi Lynn. Hi Holly. Thanks for sprinkling. Inside jar, crystal blue. Oh yeah, the inside of the jar, crystal blue. That might be a good color. What color do I choose? Indian turquoise, crystal blue on the inside. But what color out here? Help me with that. Hi Karen, how are you? Crystal blue. Let's see. Where's my crystal blue? I have it right here. Okay. And then I was thinking that the outside of the jar, that I should mix a color like I mix slate gray and colonial blue, but I don't know. Yeah, okay, so crystal blue on the inside. Perfect. And I'll water it down. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to trace this. I need to make sure this is where I want my sunflowers to be. Okay, so see what it looks like underneath. There is a little slit there, and I accidentally broke this. That's why I have to beef it up a little bit. It's if I broke it just taking it out of the laser, it's going to break during shipping. So I'm trying to go, should I move it over just a little bit? I probably can move it over just a little bit like that. I don't know. I want to make sure that it fits in here nicely. Okay. And then I'm going to trace it so that I can paint the inside part of that. Okay. So I'm going to trace around this. I probably should trace the inside part, but you know, I'm going to trace the outside and then I'll just stay inside that line just a little bit. Does that make sense? I'm just lightly tracing. I'm realizing it's going to be hard to trace right down here at the bottom because guess what? It's right next to the thing. Maybe I can slide this up. I don't know that I can do that because then the flowers, if I take the flowers out, let's do this. Let's take the flowers out. Okay. And then let's slide this up so I can get right at the bottom. Okay. There we go. That might be easier. And then just go right to there across. Okay, so that kind of gives me my area that I need to paint with the watercolor. All right. Okay, so we just have a couple of things to do. Yeah, blue in the jar. You like the white on the background? Okay. so I could leave it white. I'm just thinking I might need some color in there, like I dry brush it with something. Maybe I just dry brush it, or maybe I put ink. Maybe I ink it. I could do that too. I could just put some swipes of ink. It's just too white for me, so I need something on the background. So how about if I just put some swipes of ink in there? Okay, just to give it some type of color back there, so it's not like solid white. Okay, Darlene, you can stop now. Okay, all right, yeah, I kind of like that. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's do our color here first, and then we'll move to this. All right, how is everybody doing? How was your day yesterday? Mine was good. I accidentally got some stuff there. Let me see if I can get that off. Some of the ink. Okay, we're gonna water this down. The crystal blue, we're gonna water it down. So that it's more thin and kind of transparent. All right, and then we'll color that in. And I probably can do it with a bigger brush. I did get one of these big brushes like this. Probably will help me do the edges. What else did I do yesterday? I feel like I did a lot, but I really didn't do that much. Do you ever just feel like, oh, I got so much done, and then you're like, what did I do? I did do lots of paperwork, which is normal for me, but changing out the laser. Now the laser is going to have so much power, and it's going to run so much better for a while. I wish it didn't have to be changed out ever, but that's not the way that they are. Okay, yeah, I think this is going to be a good color. Good suggestion, Janine. So, oh, I'm getting the mystery box ready. We have a Christmas in July mystery box coming, and here's how it's going to work. So it's going to be a little bit heavy, so I actually do have to charge shipping, but it's going to be about $80 worth of product in it, and a couple of little surprises thrown in there. Also, a couple of little extras thrown in, and the price is going to be $40. So I do have to charge shipping though, and the shipping will just be based on where you live. Okay, so you could do porch pickup and shipping won't cost you anything. You can do, if you're close to me, like in the same state, it always costs a little bit less. And then Tara always adjusts that. Okay, so there's my water. That looks really good. I just watered it down. It's very transparent. The outside of the jar, I might just base it that same color, and then I'm going to chalk it. I'm going to chalk it with my other color. Okay, so there we go. So we got the inside of the jar. And I think I went up far enough. I could go up a little bit further because it's not going to show, right? Okay, and I'm not going to keep going over it because I want it to be transparent like that, just like that. Okay, so that's looking good so far. Okay, I don't need this. I'm going to move that out of the way, but I'm thinking that I do the outside of the jar with the same color, and then when I chalk it, it will be, and maybe what I do is I add a little bit of gray in here. How about that? How about I add just a little bit of the colonial blue. That's what I was going to do. We'll add a little bit of colonial blue in there for the outside of the jar. That's what we'll do. And a little bit of gray, slate gray. I like to mix my colors. All right, so we're going to do that on the outside, on the jar. We are going to chalk over that, so there'll be lines and all of that stuff. Okay. And I will be mixing that color too. We're going to paint our sunflower and our jar. Okay, that's a good color. I want it to be a little bit more watered down. All right, perfect. Okay, let me get a little thing to put these on. I'm not in the corner. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I will put myself in the corner. Okay, I'm kind of thinking maybe I leave this. I don't know. I want this to be on here because I need to paint it. So, let me just paint this and I'll move it. And then I think I'm going to have to just hold this while I paint it because it's going to be difficult. Okay, so we're doing our sunflowers with our jar. Okay, let me get this part. Yeah, this is kind of an unusual project. So let me get the jar part. The jar part is fragile, so I'll just be beefing it up just a little bit. Okay, so I'm painting this and I have a little bit of gray, I have a little bit of colonial blue, a little bit of crystal blue in there. Okay, and then we'll be chalking over it to give it, I'm barely gonna be able to chalk over the edge of that because it's so thin. Okay, gonna move that to this side. All right, and then let's bring in our sunflower. And I'm just gonna continue to look at this and see where I did score this. I do know where I need to put my greens and I need to put my brown in the center. Let me get a paper towel for this. And then I'll put myself in the corner. Ha! Darling, go to the corner. Hi, Lucia. Hey, oh, Laura. Yeah, and this is a different type of mystery box because everything in the mystery box goes together. It's not like a kit here, a kit there. It's all new stuff that you've never seen. So it's going to be a fun kit. For example, there's a door sign in there. It's Christmas in July. There's ornaments in there. There's standers in there. There's other decor things in there. So there's like $80 of product in there for $40. And then there's shipping, of course, because there just has to be. I tried to do it without the shipping and it just doesn't work for us, unfortunately. Yeah, I wish we could do it for you guys without shipping, but we get charged shipping. So yeah, so unfortunately we have to do that. Okay, so what I want to do, I am thinking, so I'm gonna be chalking it with Bumblebee, but I'm gonna change it up a little bit. Oops, I almost jumped off of there. I'm gonna do a couple of colors in here, Sunny Day and some of my deep ochre. There's gonna be different strokes of each color to base coat this. And the center part is going to be, I chose dark chocolate. Which I don't know if I want to do that. I'm going to change my color. I'm going to change my color because my chalk paste is a dark color. Okay, I'm going to change it to milk chocolate so it's a little bit lighter. Okay, and then I'm going to need some of my Hauser light green. I think I only need to do that because I'm going to be chalking with pesto. And where's my little sound? Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna do all my green with my Hauser light green. Okay, all right, so I think those are the colors I need. All right, I've got my little brushes here. These brushes are not the best. They are not the best. Okay, let's do our center first and just get that done. And we're gonna be chalking over this. We still have to do the great big sunflower sign. I just haven't had time. I want to base coat it ahead of time because, but it'll kind of be like this. So when you see the great big sign, I will have base coated the flowers kind of like I'm doing right here. So this is a good exercise for us. So I'm going to get right in there. Okay. And then I'll do the green. And then by the time that's dry, I probably won't do 2 coats. I'll probably just do it like that. Wish Chalk would bring back the real wood palette board that fits size B. Oh yeah, this would be good on that. I do have some of those. I do have some of those. I could have used that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about because, okay, so this brush is kind of small, but we're going to make it work. I have all this green area here. We're going to be chalking it in pesto. There are some great surfaces that they used to have that I wish they bring back, but sometimes it's because manufacturer issues, they're no longer able to get it, or the price changed and it wouldn't have been a good price for us. There's a lot of things. I try to work with what I have on hand. This is the drop-in frame. who knows what they're going to bring out next. So when we go to ChalkCon, they're actually having kind of like Shark Tank, but it's called Chalk Tank, I think. I think that's what they named it. So I didn't do it, but I could have. There's a lot of people that do other mediums and use other type of product all the time. Like, you know how chalk went kind of in the direction of resin with and that's kind of fun for a lot of people. I haven't done a lot of the resin things, but ideas like that, like I did give them an idea about stamping. I thought stamping, what if we could stamp with our ink? What if somehow we could do that? That would be kind of cool. But there's going to be um sh- like Shark Tank, there'll be Chalk Tank. So people are going to come in with ideas on things that they would like to see Chalk make, and maybe some of them will actually come to fruition and become part of Chalkatour's line. So that's kind of fun. I'm excited about that. I love things like that. I love when people are able to give them ideas and say, hey, this would be great, we would love to have this is really trendy. I mean, they are pretty good about keeping up with the trends and things like that, but sometimes they need a helping hand and need to know what we like when I posted my pictures of the Highland cow, the barn hair don't care, in the chalk design studios, I put specifically on there, now we need this in a size B, because we do need it in a size B. So they need our help on, like, we really love this stencil, but now we need it in a size B. And then I told them that we need a Peanuts stencil for a doormat, a welcome mat. So we need a size C Peanuts stencil, transfer, same thing. We need one for a doormat, and it would be great if you would do it with either the Christmas one or the Halloween one would be fun too, or Thanksgiving. Wouldn't it be cute to have Thanksgiving and have all of the characters on there? Okay, I'm just getting this base coated, and then we're going to chalk it. So who knows what it's going to turn out like. And I'm only going to put one coat. I'm not going to go back and put a second coat on here. This is Hauser Light Green. So hope you all are doing fantastic. I am doing good. All right. All right. Here we go. Okay, now I'm going to do the yellow. So actual doormats. Oh, yeah, they should sell doormats. That would be fun. That would be a great thing. Hi, Denise. How are you? You have a family reunion this weekend, and your weather is supposed to be 100 with the humidity over 100. Oh, that's going to be really hot. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. That's not going to be much fun, is it, with it that hot? Okay, I'm going to be kind of combining my colors here. I know it's kind of weird, but I don't want to paint this and then and then chalk it and just have all my colors blend together. So I'm thinking that I want to have a variety of colors on the background. I have some of the light yellow show through and kind of do it wispy, like wispy strokes. So guys, we had a fire close by yesterday. It was about 5 minutes from my house, maybe 10. I don't know. So I have the little app on my phone that goes off, and it tells you if there's a fire close by, and then it will update you. I'm gonna raise up my chair so I can see a little bit better. It's called the Watch app, and so the fire was actually close to my daughter's house, up on the mountain right behind her house. But I have a friend that was actually even closer than that to the fire, but her husband was over here working on their home that was just up the hill from us. When we first moved into this neighborhood, I babysat her daughter, Letitia. I babysat her forever. Even when she was in school, I still would watch her now and again. But she calls me and she's like, Darlene, we have a situation over here. I need your help. Mike's up at the house and he won't answer his phone. He's working on they have their house that they had before. They kept that house and they had been renting it out. So they had been renting that house since approximately, I'm going to say approximately like 1990 something. I don't know, maybe 2000. Maybe it was in the year 2000. Anyways, they've been renting it for 25 plus years, and the renters finally moved. The same renters were in it that whole time. And okay, I'm using Deep Ochre and Sunny Day right here, and I'm just kind of blending together. I'm going to add in a little more of the lighter color as soon as I get all of my colors in here. Anyways, the fire was pretty close, and she goes, it's coming over the ridge right by our house. Can you go get Mike and tell him to come home? Because they had a fire previously in that area and it didn't burn their house, but the smoke damage was a lot. They had to replace a ton of things in their house from the smoke damage, you know. So anyway, so I had to walk up the hill really quickly because it's up our little hill, and find Mike. Mike had left his phone in his vehicle and he was inside the house working on stuff, and I'm like, hey Mike, you need to go home, there's a fire by your house. And of course then the panic sets in because they've gone through that before. So the fire is only 20% contained, but it is burning away from all structures, burning more towards the lake area. So I think we're going to be okay. So you have a wildfire about 20 miles away. It is, very, very dry and warm. Yeah, isn't it crazy how it feels like it's fire season? Around here, there's the season for it. Why am I coughing this morning? Okay, so I'm just trying to base coat this, and we'll see what we got. We'll see what we got when we're all done with this. I'll be adding in some other colors. Some lighter yellow. I was looking on my map and there aren't very many fires in California right now, which I shouldn't even say that because that's a horrible thing to say and then all of a sudden something happens. But usually we have quite a few on the app going on. But I was really surprised that there were not. There was just a couple of tiny ones that were happening. Okay. Yeah, we're going to chalk this with our stencil that we have, our Chalkator Transfer stencil. It is a silkscreen stencil, basically. And they call it a transfer. So if you're new and you're going, what is she talking about? It's like a stencil, but it has a silkscreen in it. Okay, let me look at this. Let's see because we're going to chalk right over it. We're going to put a lot of detail. So I noticed that there is a ton of detail, but I want to put a little more lighter because I am going to mix my colors. I'm going to make like a mustard color with my chalk paste. Okay. All right. So there we go. There's our base coat. It looks pretty good. I'm just going to add a little more lighter yellow in here because here's how much we're going to be chalking. There's a lot. So we're going to chalk and peel because there are some little detail areas that are going to be kind of hard to get around. Okay, there we go. There's all that. You saw that Alaska had their first ever heat advisory. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. Heat advisory. Hi, Julie. How are you? Garden flags would be really cute. Yeah, we like that. Tish, you're going to be 100 for the weekend. Let me look and see, what are we going to be for the weekend? I don't know. It's starting to heat up here. It's 65 right now. Our high, it's only going to be in the 70s. Okay, so 78. Today is supposed to be 87. That's hot enough because then it's hard for my dogs. I can't walk them when it's like that. Okay, let me dry this. Let's dry this so we can chalk it. We're going to mix our colors. We're going to mix like a mustardy color because I don't want just straight bumblebee. I wish they would give us a mustard color. They need to give us a couple of colors that we don't have. But we can always mix colors, guys. That's the great thing. You want this to be 100% dry. Don't try to chalk on something that's wet. You can tell if it's still wet if you put your hand on it and it is moist. Then it is still wet. Okay, that looks good. All right, like I said, there's going to be some areas that we do that are going to be really thin on this. So when we do the jar, we'll actually chalk the inside part and we'll chalk the outside part. I have the different layers. I was trying to layer this so this was all together. Like I said, I have to beef up the sides a little bit because it's too fragile. It's too fragile. It's going to break. It already did. Okay, so I'm thinking that we do the sunflower first. There are some words here, and I am imagining that this is sunflower. This is like the I don't know, maybe the French word for sunflower, or maybe not even French. Maybe the specific actual word for the sunflower. Nelianthus annuus. I don't know. How do you say it? Anyways, that was my attempt. Okay, let's mix our colors. Let's figure out what we're doing with this. Okay, so we're going to take our bumblebee and we're going to add a little bit of brown to it, make more of a mustardy color. Okay, I'm okay with just doing straight this color. I'm okay with doing straight pesto. My Darlene, I cannot chalk without making a mess. I just stuck my thumb directly into that. I'm trying to move things around. Okay, there's pesto. I'm trying to move my squeegees up and I stuck my thumb right in it. Okay, my jar color I'm going to mix. My jar color, I just got a brand new one of these because remember last week when I was using Colonial Blue, it was almost out. So I want a grayish blue for the jar part. So I'll be mixing that color. The brown, the center, is going to be just brown. Okay, so I have gray to add with my blue. I have brown to add with my yellow. So let's figure out our colors. Let's do that first. Let's see. Going to be in 90s and 100s in South Dakota. Wow, it's going to be hotter than it is here. And Heidi says it's so weird that they did that because it's been warm. It has been warm. That's funny. It's prepping you for Kansas. Oh my goodness. Yes, I know. You're going to Kansas. I'm so excited. I get to see you. It's been a long time. I can't even remember when. So the last time that we all Chocolate people were together was because last year convention was virtual, and then that this year leadership was virtual. So I'm going to add brown to this, and we're going to try to get a mustard yellow. Sometimes I add green in it, a little bit of green. To it, yeah, just a little bit of pesto in there. I know it seems weird, but it kind of just gives it the right color. So I had gone to leadership the last time that I was together with a lot of you guys was leadership when Chloe went missing, and so it's kind of a blur. I don't remember who all was there. Yeah, that was not a good time. So 2024, January of 2024 was really the last time that I remember getting together with a lot of people. Okay, I don't know if this is enough to do all that. It probably is. I'm hoping it is. You know what? It seems like it goes further than you think as far as the color. Maybe I'll just add just a tiny bit more yellow in there. Just one more scoop of yellow to lighten it up just a little bit, maybe. Okay, so this is my mustard yellow. You want to mix it. You don't want like little pieces of the color. So I mixed some of my espresso. I think it's espresso. Nope, it's bark. Mixed some bark and pesto with this to make like a mustard color. Okay. San Antonio. So I saw everybody. Oh, it's Latin for Genomi and species. Oh, nice, Doris. Thank you so I saw everybody in Salt Lake. That was the leadership one that I was at, that a lot of people were at. But before that, I don't know. Yeah, it had to been like San Antonio, right? It's been a long time. It has been a while. Okay, so let's mix our blue for the jar. Okay, so it's going to be some blue with some gray. Where's another stir stick, Darlene? I want to make like a country blue. I'm going to add, and of course it's almost dried out. Hello. Maybe I need to, I have another gray. I don't need very much. I honestly only need a little bit, but let me just, maybe I need black. Let me see. I just need a little bit. Where's this? I'll just use my gray scoop. Maybe I need to just do that. I added a little bit of black in there. Let's see how it goes. I want this to be like a grayish blue for the jar. Okay. I might have done too much. I might have done too much. We'll see. Yeah, actually, I think it's going to be okay. Like, I wanted it to have kind of like a blue tint. Now I'm going to have to add just a little more blue. I'm just going to dip in there and grab some. So a blue-gray for the jar itself. Oh, yeah. Hello. That's not exactly the color I wanted. I'm searching, guys. Now I have to lighten it up. Now it's too dark. Now it's too dark. Let's add a little bit of Dune. It's too dark. And I'm just trying to find some little, most of my stir sticks are out in the sink area. Okay, I need to lighten it up a little bit. I got too much. Okay, so I'm mixing my colors. I wish there was the perfect country blue gray for the jar. I'm probably going to end up just leaving it. Oh gosh. Okay, it's getting there. So I'm just going to use this area right over here. Okay, I think I'm going to be happy with that. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's do the sunflower first. That's my first thing, guys. Let's move this up. Oh, you're okay. Laura's asking you that. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? Lucia says it's supposed to be 95 in Northern California. Hottest day of the week today. I bet it's hot where my sister is. up in Central California. I bet it is hot there. Okay, so I want my, I'm trying to turn my thing so that I don't want my stencil to be down on my table. My table's a little dirty. It needs some help. Okay, I'm trying to get this all lined up. I'm going to get the top part lined up and then my side and the stem and all of that. Get all of my air bubbles out. I'm excited to go to ChalkCon. I do get to talk for a very short time about my trip to Africa. I'm excited about that. So if you are there, you will get to hear me speak for a very short time, like 5 to 7 minutes max. And I'll have a few slides there, probably 2 to share with you guys so you can see a couple of the things that we saw there. Okay, let's start on this side. Let's just start with some of our green. We're gonna have to chalk and peel because the little tiny detail that's in here, yeah, I want to make sure that I get the detail, but I am not going to be able to just do the whole flower because I've got the centers too. So chalk and peel, we're going to do a little bit of this and then peel. Okay, so I'm using pesto. I base coated it with my light Hauser green. Okay, let's get some of our yellow on there. Let's get some of our yellow. And then we'll go right in here. And we'll be peeling in a moment to see how it's going to look. I think it's going to look good. I think. It usually does. Sometimes I'm like, oh my goodness, is this going to turn out or not? because sometimes, I mean, I have had things that just didn't turn out when I was first starting that, whoops, that I ended up tossing. Any of you guys have projects that you just threw away that you're like, oh my goodness, what was I thinking? I wish I could do this whole thing. It's not very hot in here. I'm like, how much of this can I do? Can I peel this up? I think, okay, I think it's time to start peeling because it is starting to dry, and then I'll do like from here down to here with the flowers. Okay, let's peel and see what we got. Let's see what we got. Maybe I should do the words on this side and do it in black. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. That is fantastic. Okay, it's turning out good, guys. Gonna lay it back down. Gonna grab a little squeegee. I'm gonna do the center of my flowers with my brown. Okay. I was waiting because I didn't want to blend it all together. I am going to kind of blend the edges a little bit. Okay, so this is bark. Let me go in closer for you guys. I am not very close. Okay, so there, that's probably better. I'm going to scooch that up and grab a little bit more. Don't want to be talking so much that I don't get it done in time. Kind of blend it a little bit on the edges. Okay, and then I'm going back to my sunflower color, and hopefully I can get the rest of the sunflowers done, and then we'll do the stems. Okay, so let's try to get the rest of this all done. I might have missed a little bit. Like, I'm looking up here going, I missed that part of the leaf. So yeah, I'm catching the areas that I missed. Going to try to be really careful and not get any of this on the stem area, and try not to blend too much into my brown. If you have to turn your little project so it's easier for you to get in these areas, just turn it. So this is a color I would like to see, like a saffron color, saffron, mustard, yellow. I would love to see that. It would be great for fall. Wouldn't it be? We've had a color like that before. It would be great to have again. Okay. I think it was actually called saffron. All right, we're ready to peel again. I think. Okay, let's peel again. Ooh, look at that. That is fantastic, guys. That is looking so good. Okay, now we just have to do the bottom part. And I did get a little bit down here. I'm going to go over that. Let's see if I can. There's like a little area. Okay, fixed it. I fixed it. Okay, green for all the bottom. It's looking so good, guys. I'm so excited. I'm excited that it's turning out. Do you ever do a project and you're like, oh, please, Lord, let it turn out. Let it not be a flop. It's looking so good. There might be an air bubble right here. I'm going to be okay with that. I'm going to be fine if there's a little air bubble on my leaf. I'm not going to cry. There's no crying and chalking. No crying and chalking. Okay, I'm trying not to get any onto the jar part. I hope I was successful. Okay. It's time to peel and reveal this gorgeous, gorgeous thing here. Look at that. Will you look at that? I am going to go back over this. If I see a part that I need to fix, I'm going to do it before I lift this up. Would be the great idea to do that. I missed some areas. Okay. All right. Gonna peel. We're appealing. We're appealing. Look at that. That is gorgeous, guys. So it did turn out. It did turn out. I know, it makes me so happy too. I love sunflowers. They're one of my favorites. One of my favorite things. Okay, let's do this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the details there without getting all the sunflower stuff all over it. Okay, let me chalk this with do the gray on here. I got to turn it. Turn. I don't want to touch this and ruin it. I need to dry that. Okay, so jar. I need to line this up to get all my details. I don't know how well this is going to work because, like I said, this is a very, it's a very fragile, the jar part. I'm going to be beefing it up because it's too fragile to ship. I realized that after I got it done. that, hey, Darlene, what were you thinking? Okay. Okay, and I mixed this color here. It's kind of like a gray blue. We're going to just go over it with that, like a jar. It's like, I don't know. We're just going to do it. We're just going to do it. And then I'll do it, somehow, there's like background little lines. I kind of want those lines on the blue part over there. So I think I'm going to do that. But I need to do it carefully. I can't drag this whole stencil on that piece of, on this up here. I can't drag it on that because it would not be good. Okay, so let's lift this up and see what we got for our little outline. Okay, perfect. Perfect. It looks like a jar. It does look like a jar. Look at that. It does. So that was the perfect colors. I just mixed colors. Okay. All right. Let's kind of dry that so that I don't touch it and mess it up. I know, isn't it gorgeous? The sunflower turned out really pretty. Okay, I'm just going to dry all that. It's looking good. It is looking good. I need your help with the outside color. Now I'm thinking that I need to mix a gray-blue color for the border. But I'm also looking at going, I might like the wood for once. Because, you know, like wood fence and that kind of stuff with sunflowers might look good. Okay. All right. Get it all the way dry, Darlene, because you know you're going to be touching it. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at that detail. That is perfect. It's not all the way dry. Hello. It's damp still right there. Let me just get all that. There's like an area that the chalk piece was a little bit thicker. All right, guys. Okay. Whew. Now, this is what I wanted to do. There's a little bit of detail on here. And I'm just thinking that I really want the detail on there, but I am risking, here's what I'm risking. I'm risking that some of this chalk paste over here is going to get on here. So what I could do, guys, is I could lay down paper towels to cover it. Oh, but then it's going to stick to it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not sure. Okay. I'm not sure 100%, but if it does stick, then I'll do something. I don't know. I'm going to move this up so you can see what I'm doing. I'm kind of putting paper towels around it. I think it's going to be okay. There's some detail on here that I really want, like the lines. I just kind of really want to get the lines on this. So let me go ahead and lay this down on here. And yeah, okay, perfect. That's just kind of gently on there. There's some lines in the center that I just want to get a little bit of detail inside the jar. Okay, so I'm just going to go over it. And hopefully I don't mess it up too much. I think it's going to be fine. It's just like some little tiny fine lines that are in there. I'll show you in a second. Let me get the bottom. Okay. All right, let me peel it and show you. It's just kind of like water lines that are in there. And that's how it is. That's all it was that. Okay. So you could totally just wash your stencil and then do it. But I wanted those to be in there. Okay, I do have to put this in the frame before I glue all the sunflowers and stuff on there because otherwise it doesn't work. I'm trying to just move a couple of things, get a couple of things out of the way so I can bring in my frame and you can tell me what you think. But let's dry this really quick. Okay, so I just wanted to get those little lines in there. It's not much, but when you see it all in there, you're going to understand why I wanted it on there. Okay, I'm bringing in the frame. This goes into the frame, and I'm honestly going to go against everything that I usually do, and I'm going to leave it brown. Okay, and this does go all the way to the bottom. Okay, I need to glue it in, and here's the reason that I need to do that is because I don't want it coming out at my craft shows. Okay, so I am going to put just a little bit of glue, and the jar part does go all the way to the bottom. Okay, so when you are, it's just barely off the bottom because the top of the sunflower, I'm just putting glue right down at the bottom so that this stays in there. Okay, so then I'm going to grab all my pieces and we're going to reassemble all this. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Remember, this is like a dummy layer at the back. Okay, so I'm gonna move that up just a little bit. I might have let it slide just a little bit. Okay, this is gonna turn. It's kind of at an angle. This all goes like this. That's gonna glue on there. This is gonna be there too. This is that piece that I told you that broke. This goes up. Okay, up like that, and then once I glue all this on there, then this goes on top. Okay, so this just glues on top of that, like that. What do you guys think? Let me, there we go. Can you see it? Sorry. There we go. Push it up a little bit. Let me just go a little bit smaller. Okay, how's that? What do you think? I just need to glue all this together. But I think it's going to look cute like that. I'm not going to paint this. I always paint it, but I'm choosing not to paint it. I'm choosing to leave it just like that. Okay, so I need to glue this in place, and then I'll glue my flowers in place. So this is really tiny. Like I said, when I'm going to do yours, I'm going to beef it up just a little bit because it's too small. It is too small. This little piece broke because it is too narrow. It needs to be a little bit thicker than that. Okay, so I'm going to pick this piece up. Going to get some glue on the back of that. Doesn't take a lot. Tiny bit of glue. Yours will be easier because it'll be a little bit thicker than that. Okay. Gonna lay it back down exactly where it was. Yeah, gonna try. Okay, and then this goes over the top of it. So I might have to move this around just a little bit. It might have moved on me. There's like a little centerpiece I need to break off. I'll be fixing all of that. That little centerpiece needs to go. Okay, so I'm just trying to get it all centered where it needs to be before it starts to dry on me. I think that looks good. Okay, is it crooked? Okay, all right, now this is going to be glued on top of that, but oh, we do need to glue the flowers in first. Let's do that first. Okay, so I'm going to put glue on the flowers, and you need to be really careful because you don't want to be making a mess with that glue. I'm famous. I think I might have got some on the edge. And when you lay it down, make sure you kind of hover it over the area and then put it down into place where it's supposed to be, and don't really move it around. Okay, so it's going to go right there, maybe a little bit lower. Okay, that's looking really good, and I'm really loving the brown outside part with it. I'm going to leave it like that. So okay, all right, so you guys kind of saw I had to mix some colors to get the colors that I wanted. When you're chalking and when you're painting, you might not always have the colors that you need. And so you're going to mix, and you're going to maybe add some more, and you're going to add some more of this, or lighten it up or darken it. Whatever you need to do to get to that point where it's the perfect color for what you need. Okay, going to press this down. And are you guys thinking the same too? That just leave it brown? I think it just needs to be left brown. Isn't that cute? So cute. I did the layers because the way the sunflowers are, it makes them look like they're inside the jar. Right? Doesn't it? Okay, and we're all good. We are all good. Everything is good. It's not moving on me. And I'm glad that I did. All I did with the background, it was white, and I took my ink pad and just kind of made swipes. And I went up and down because that made better sense than going across. Okay, do I need to glue? Oh, perfect. I just saw your message there. Yes, definitely do the sunflowers before. Yes, okay. And that's it. That's all. Okay, so now I know it works. I'm just going to thicken that so that when it ships, it's not going to be fragile for you guys. Because I don't want Tara getting mad that she has to reship. So I'll add that. I'll take pictures and then I will post that for you guys. All right. So, like I said, over in the VIP group, which if you are not a member of the VIP group, you will want to join that. VIP gets special sales. I can put things that are, like the kit. When I combined it, I'm giving you the link for VIP. When I combined the stencil, Those We Love, with the kit part, I gave you a small discount on that. I can't do that over here. I have to do that on the other thing. I think it looks good too. Okay, give me some flowers. Do you know where your flower emoji is? If you go to your emojis, and let me see if I can find my flower emoji. Where's my flower emojis? Where is my flower? I know I have a sunflower emoji. Where are you? Hello. I'm looking for it. I am looking for it. There we go. I'm going to give myself some sunflowers. Give me some sunflowers. I'll enter you in a little drawing. Give me some sunflower emojis. Anyways, there we go, guys. It is Wednesday. We are halfway through our week. Let me put you up to myself. And I love this. You can do this on just a plain surface. I do have it as a stander. I think a stander is going to be really cute. So it's basically the same. I have the background. Here's the background, and then a stand. I just kind of changed my mind when I walked in here this morning. I changed my mind because this frame was sitting over there, and I'm like, hey, let's just do it with a frame. Instead. So I will have it as a stander. I will have it with the frame. I'm like, it's not quite over to the side. You know what? It's okay. It's okay. So I would suggest when you're tracing around it, trace with the pencil to make sure that you don't have like a marker or anything like that. So hey, Stephanie. All right, guys. I love you. Thanks for being here. I love our group of people. I got my stencil. I just got to wash it. So you can use these over and over. I intend to use these on other things. So those sunflowers, just the sunflowers itself, would be a lot of fun just on a sign. You don't necessarily have to put the entire thing. But yeah, I love it with the frame. I think it's super cute. But it would be cute as a stander too. So I'll have it both ways. All right, I love you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I'm going to get all this mess cleaned up.